Menu.
Mhm.
All right, we're recording. We're on.
Up.
So it's good food on the menu, and just decided I was going to eat since they had some good food on the. There we go. There we go.
Mhm.
Yeah, I had
Mhm.
uh it was an eggs Benedict. It had shredded pork, poached eggs,
Mhm.
hollandaise sauce, or no green chili instead of hollandaise sauce. I don't know if you have green chili out in Michigan.
Do we have green chili? Yes, we do have green
Okay,
chili.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That's
I'm eating at the same time, so
a
sorry.
it's a Colorado institution. I was surprised, even coming from Utah, that since there's a lot of Hispanic, Latino population here, green chili is
Mm, I
it's that's
love
the sauce. It's
I
really
love
good.
spicy
Yeah.
hot food. I love Mexican food because it's spicy. I love Indian food.
Yeah, Indian food is
And
great
yeah,
too.
I
Yeah,
love
Indian
I
food
love
is amazing.
spicy food. Yeah, but Mexican is a favorite. Can
Yeah,
you see my view?
I
I
do.
am at the
Yeah.
Coast
Wow.
there on a lake, and we just got there. They have a family show they're showing us tonight.
Oh,
So I'm
that's
excited to see
amazing.
it. I just got there, and they live on a lake, and it's beautiful.
That's that. How many kids do they have?
They have 4 kids.
Four kids. Four kids.
Mhm.
And what ages?
So they have Penny, who's Bella age. She was born in October. Bella was born in February.
Uh huh.
Yeah. So Penny's a little older, and Sammy is 7,
Uh huh.
and Eleni is 9,
Yeah.
and Zachary is Noah's age. So Zachary and Noah were in the same class.
Oh
That's
wow.
how Jill and I and Curtis we know one another. We had our kids at the same school for 3 years,
That's amazing.
and then I was homeschooling, and she was still at the school. And this year, my kids went back to school, and she started homeschooling. So,
So yeah, I remember Eleni's the video of her in
mm,
some restaurant in Phoenix, I guess, where she was
singing.
singing. That
Mhm.
was amazing. That was really cool.
It was amazing. And I'm sorry, I'm eating at the same time. You'll
That's all right.
forgive me. Mm.
It's
But what
be
I
we
love
be
about it,
our authentic selves, and that means if we're eating
we
that
are.
you.
Mhm. But what is interesting about that, and what that could be of interest to our, how do we say, our fans or people who are
Our
listening to
fans,
us,
our viewers, yeah.
our viewers, it's that. So she's 9 or 10, and she had her first coaching session with Steve Hardison.
Yeah,
And
that's
when they were
amazing.
there, because she wants to be a singer, and Steve asked her the question, what does a painter do? And she's like, a painter paints.
Yeah.
And what does, I don't know, a cook does? A cook cooks.
Yep.
And what does a singer do? A singer sings. So he wanted Eleni to sing. So I think it's a good lesson that
Yeah.
if
Be
you
who
claim
you
to be
are.
something, yeah,
Yeah.
it's the doing, it's
Yeah.
the practicing that makes you
Yes.
become it.
Yep.
And
Exactly.
yesterday I was listening to Tanya Lee, the lady that
Uh huh.
I follow, and she was saying that somebody asked her if she believes in the concept um, that what's her name? Amy Cuddy came up with her book Presence. And what she was saying is that you fake it until you make it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Tanya said, the concept is kind of true, but she
Mhm.
doesn't like the faking. She says you practice until you become it, and that I
Yeah.
love
I like the
because
word practice better than
yeah,
fake.
it's a practice. It's the doing of it that makes you become. So
Yeah.
usually, sometimes we want to go straight from one state to the other, but it's the doing it and perfectly that becomes the doing it perfectly. There is no
One of
shortcut.
my with my 5 steps framework, practice is one of them, and what I like to say is practice is not just something you do to reach a goal. It's a way of being. Practice. In fact, practice is the point, right? Like for me
Doing the doing.
yeah,
Mhm.
for me to do yoga, there's no goal. It's the doing of it every day. It's the
Mhm.
practicing.
That's the goal.
If
The
you're
doing
a
of it every
singer,
day.
yeah,
Mhm.
you're singing every day. If you're playing guitar, you're doing it every day. If you're,
Yes.
whatever you're doing, that's
Yes.
the point of it, not the point to be performing.
Yes.
The
That's the
point is
point
just
of it.
that's
I
just the
agree.
way you live.
I agree. I agree. Because sometimes, depending on our moods or everything, we can just hide in a cave and do
Yeah.
nothing.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yep.
then, or we don't see results. And another coaching training that I did many years ago through Cabby, actually, they're saying that if you don't have results, there is just two things. There is there is activity,
Mhm.
and there is effectiveness. You know, the activity is a practice.
Mhm.
So is it a problem of activity, of action, or is it a problem of skills? It's either one or the other. If it's a problem of action, you just take the action. If it's
Mhm.
if it's a problem of, you know, effectiveness, then you practice more to be
Right.
more effective.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's every time it's about practice. It's about taking action.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
all boils down to that, the action you take.
Yeah, and I like what Stacey Bayman said about that too. Is if you're taking action and you're still not getting results, examine how you're thinking.
Mm. Hmm.
Because you know, like we always talk about, it starts with that. It starts with who
The
we're
thought.
being and what we're thinking, and then the doing comes later. Being the doing is the seed of who we're being
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's always
who
the
our
thought.
state is. Yeah.
It's the thought. Hmm. What we're thinking. It starts with a thought that
Yes.
provokes an emotion, a feeling in us that leads us to an action.
Hmm.
That gives us a result. Right.
Yeah. So,
Mhm.
so if you're thinking I'm a singer, and your way of being is that you sing all
Yeah,
the time, then
exactly.
yeah,
Hmm.
but it comes from you thinking I am a singer.
Yes,
And I know what not I'm
yes,
not an aspiring singer, or I'm not someone who wants to sing.
hmm,
I am a singer,
yes.
or whatever it is, whatever it
Yeah,
is.
it's the thought, the declaration, the thought or the
Yes.
declaration. But
Yeah.
the declaration starts with a thought.
Yeah.
Hmm. I
Such
like
as
that.
with who you're
Hmm.
being. Well, who you're being is
Who
everything.
you're being is everything.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yep. Can you talk again about your 5 steps? I know
Yes.
the
So
five steps of, yeah.
uh, this is I don't want to say it's the 5 principles of the gospel of transformation, but it's 5 principles of the gospel of transformation. So 5 ideas that I consider like really important to doing this thought work and improving your results in your life. So one is just realizing that what you're thinking creates your results. Your thoughts create your results.
Mm-hmm.
And then two would be being separate from your thoughts. So realizing that you are
You
not
are not your
your
thought.
thoughts. Yeah. And then three, that's the practice. Practice is the point. The point is practice. Because you could get any of these ideas down and realize them, but it doesn't mean anything unless you practice them over and over again. And then the fourth idea would be that the right place is here, the right time is now. And you could apply that to any of these things, but especially with the practice. When's the right
Yeah.
time to practice? It's now.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the right place to
Mm-hmm.
practice? It's here. It's not tomorrow. It's not
Mm-hmm.
someday, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
being present in the moment, because this is really all we have, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right now
Mm-hmm.
is the thing. And then
Yeah.
finally, the last one is who you're being is everything.
Mm-hmm.
So behind the thought is who you're being.
Mm-hmm. I feel like everything, all of these 5 steps are connected, because
Yes.
you
Yeah.
are not your thoughts,
Hmm.
but it's all about. You said you're not your thoughts. You said the practice, the
Yeah.
action. The
Yep.
action
Yeah.
comes
That's the
from the
whole
thought,
point
the
of the.
initial thought.
Yeah.
Mhm. And the practice is a point, and who you are being is everything. So I
Hmm.
feel like your 5 steps are all interconnected. And I like the being in the moment, because we've already talked about it several times, because the past is gone and tomorrow is not
Exactly. Exactly.
guaranteed.
Yeah. The
And
only
there is
time you have is now.
the only time you have is now. And actually, it's okay. I have written a sentence recently that I like to read every day, and it is that I live my joyfully my present, that I am not my past, and I
Hmm.
live joyfully my present. I think it to create my beautiful future, something like that.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it gives the power to the present moment,
Yeah.
right? and not to be, the stories we tell ourselves. And I love stories because the metaphors and everything is the way people understand.
Yeah.
But if you look at the stories, it's always anchored in the past. And what I like to say is that you can use those stories to build a beautiful future.
Yeah, you
But you
can, well,
leave
you
that
can write
now.
any story you want about the future.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Or like,
So
I think it was Dan Sullivan said, the future is your property.
the future is a
You
property.
can do
Yeah.
anything you want with the future. You can create anything you want with the future.
Yes.
You
Can
don't
you
need
hear the
permission.
music?
You don't need evidence. You don't need anything.
No. No.
Yeah.
It starts now. We're
Yeah.
creating our future tomorrow
Yes.
by what we're
Yes.
doing today. It won't just happen, you know? So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that. But
I
the
would.
future, the past though, is gone.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah.
Like the
So
Disney song says, the past is in the past.
yeah, it's in the past. You
Let
can't
it
go back.
go.
Yes, and most people will live our life, lamenting over what's gone already, or
Yes.
being so anxious about what hasn't happened. And so it ruins our now. And it's a
Yeah.
now where we can take an action and do something, right? And have a
Yeah.
beautiful tomorrow.
Yeah. I wanted to
Yeah.
share with you one. This was something that I saw in what's her name, Bev Aaron. She's a coach that's affiliated with the Life Coach School, and she was talking about how to love yourself in the future, to get to a point where you love yourself in the future. And she drew it was, like a cartoon. Here's a head, and then there's the thought bubble, and there's your future self.
Oh,
The only
I
way you're
like
going to
that.
love yourself in the future, so she put a heart in the brain of the head, and this is the only way that
Yeah.
you'll love yourself in the future is if you love
Yeah.
yourself now. You
No.
can't hate yourself into love. You
Today,
can't beat
and
yourself up.
expect that. Yes.
Yes,
Mhm.
yeah, because
And expect
what
to
you're
love yourself
experiencing
more.
today is what you're going to experience
Yeah, it's a
in the
seed.
future.
It's the seed of tomorrow,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Today
yeah,
is the seed of tomorrow.
yep.
But the past was maybe the seed of today, but it's gone. So
It was,
you make today the seed of tomorrow.
yeah,
So make
yeah,
it a good one,
absolutely.
right?
And that's just it. I think if you look around you and you appreciate where you are right now in the present moment, and you show yourself some love and some gratitude for the fact that where you are right now is so joyous and so beautiful, then that takes the I was going to use the word sting. It takes the sting out of sometimes when we go and we look at our past and we say, "Oh, I could have done this differently. I could have
It
done that
feeds you.
differently."
It feeds you.
Yeah, you could say, "Well, I was thinking this in the past, and look where I am now because of the thoughts I had in the past."
Yes, I love that. And you can master, it's not even about mastering, but you can manage them. You can
Yes.
manage your thoughts. You can work them in a way that they're not overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's not about taming them. It's not about taming them. It's about letting them be, but you know, be emotionally agile. And there are tools, that exist.
Yes.
And that's
Yeah.
kind of what our job too as coaches,
Yeah.
right? To help people to be masters, to be able to better handle their emotions, so they're not,
Yes.
out of whack all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, I just like the idea that you can have a fabulous life right now, no matter where you are, no matter what your
Yeah.
circumstances. All you
Yeah.
have to do is decide that it will be so.
Hmm. Yeah. And the other thing
Yeah.
that I would add to that is that you can't um, skip steps. You always start where you are now.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
You always start where you are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's really good.
Yeah.
That is fabulous.
Okay.
Well, any words of wisdom? We have 30 seconds left if we're going to fit to our
Okay, 30
15 minutes.
seconds left. I am excited to be seeing this amazing family who's going to be
And you
doing.
brought your family too. So
I
it's
brought my
oh,
family, yes.
that's
So
going to be
that's going to be
that's going
awesome.
to be
Yes,
amazing fun
it's fun.
times. I love
It
it.
is a fun time, yes. Okay, but
How
I'm glad we're able to record. And
how
see, we
how
are
how warm is it out there? You know, go
today. We are. I think we are not far from 70. It's like
really
18, 19, no, 18. I'm speaking French. It's like 19 degrees Celsius.
nice.
So convert that in Fahrenheit. I am still. My phone is on Celsius. I am
I'm not
still
gonna.
not very Fahrenheit person.
I would have to Google it. I would have to Google
Yes,
it.
Google it. Yeah, with 19, 19, 20, which is pretty cool, right? I didn't need a coat. I'm just wearing a light pullover, and I didn't
uh,
need a coat outside. So
yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
yes.
Maybe spend some time on
Okay.
that lake. It's right behind you.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Yes,
That
we'll have
is
to.
gorgeous. All right. Well,
Okay.
thank you everybody for joining us. Be
Thank you. We'll see
be
you
present.
tomorrow.
Be present
Bye
in the
bye.
moment.
Yes.
All right. Boom, boom. Where